Welcome to the Young Pro Show. My name is David Perry, and today we have special guest Shelby Del Franko. She's a model, student, and entrepreneur, and she's going to share her story about with you guys and some tips that she's learned along the way. So, Shelby, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I am a business student in Algonquin College, and I do modeling. Starting my own business. I produce fashion photo shoots for young designers, starting up fashion designers from Ottawa, promoting local art and local fashion.
Wow, so you're just talent all around.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so have you always been living in Ottawa, or?
No, I actually, it's kind of crazy. My story is I was born in Brazil and raised in Jerusalem, Israel. I moved to Canada 7 years ago, lived in Calgary for 2 years, Banff for 1 year, and Ottawa is my 4th year.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow, what a story. And so what got you into all of these different directions, modeling, what you're doing for designers, getting into the entrepreneur lifestyle, like where did all that kind of come from?
That's a good question. Actually, my background doesn't come from modeling at all. I started as a chef, and I worked in different restaurants around the world and in Canada. A few years ago, I decided to go to business school, kind of looking at my 5-year goal and what I really want to do with my life. Brought me to taking business, and then I started modeling too, and it all kind of rolled and got to here right now where I'm at.
Okay, wow. All right, Shelby. Well, what's the plan from this point on? You're doing all these amazing things. You said you were looking at your 5-year plan. Well, what do you look at for yourself right now when you look at your 5-year plan?
Well, the final picture is still kind of like in the making, I feel, but I'm just taking it a day at a time right now. I'm really loving what I'm doing at the moment, and I know what kind of like my bucket list, my real life goals is to always travel the world. Awesome. And work through my art and express myself and help others. So yeah.
Okay, that's amazing, and I can see you're already far along that way. You've traveled to multiple places all around the world, and you look like just an expression of your art right now. So Shelby, what have you learned along the way? I mean, you've done a lot. You've traveled the world, or at least part of the world. You've been in different places. You've done different things. What do you think you've learned mostly from kind of where you are, from a background that is completely different to what you're doing right now, to everything that you are doing right now, and to you following your dreams and following your passions?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, so the question was, what have you learned along the way from doing something where you was different from what you're doing right now to following your dreams and following your passions?
Well, the main thing that I learned is that always important to just be yourself and be true to who you are, and do what you love. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Do you think were you always doing? You think you've always been being yourself and doing what you love, or?
I don't know, like it takes a while to really understand who you are, kind of like what is your real true life goals. Like sometimes people kind of get confused, they want to go with the flow, they want to do what all the cool kids are doing. So I may have been like that, like when I was a teen, but I think like after I turned 20, like slowly at a time, I kind of like discovered more and more who I really am and what I really want to do in my life.
Okay, that's amazing. I've always found it interesting that, discovering who you are, it seems like, it seems kind of almost a paradox. What do you mean I have to discover who I am? I am who I am. Yeah. But, the truth is that we do grow up in environments where we're, influenced by the people that are around us, and we might not be, following what's true to us for our entire life. But as soon as we do follow what's true to us, things just start to seem to magically work out and fall into place perfectly. So what do you think has been the how about let's talk about some of the downfalls and things that you've run into along the way on your journey here? What are some of the speed bumps you've had along the way, and how did you get through them?
Oh wow. That's a big question. I had a lot of downfalls. I was not always like very healthy or very happy person. And I don't know, like when I was younger, I actually suffered from eating disorders and stuff like that. So yeah, it is tough. Like life is tough, but you gotta always fight and get better.
Going. Okay, don't want to get you emotional. Sorry about that, Shelby.
Oh my god,
that's amazing. So what do you've obviously you're doing absolutely amazing. Despite anything you went through.
I did my best.
So what would you recommend to the viewers that are out there and they might be going through some tough times right now and they might not know how to get through them? What advice can you give to them?
Just keep fighting, everyone has a story, everyone is going through troubles in their life, it's maybe kind of rough, but but yeah, like you just keep going, wake up, get out of bed, take a walk, do something, every day. Don't stay in one place, just keep moving all the time and you'll be good. Okay. You'll find yourself in the end.
Okay, that's awesome, Shelby. Well, was there ever, sort of a tipping point for you where, you arrived somewhere in your life and you were like, all right, it's time for a change, or something caused you to want to make that change, to start going after your best life and to start going after the life that you truly wanted to live? Was there any specific tipping point for you?
Yeah, definitely. When I actually still lived in Jerusalem, Israel, I always wanted to travel, and I'm actually really, really good in saving money, apparently.
Okay.
I'm not saving money right now, but when I have a goal in mind, like a set goal, it's really easy for me to go and kind of like take a buck or two here or there. And my goal, like I said, was to travel. So I always kind of like was really excited about it, telling my friends, oh my God, we should go and travel together and go to like North America or go to Australia or India or whatever, let's do something. And everyone were getting excited as me, but as time passed by, after I accumulated a lot of money and I was like, okay, you ready? Let's go. They're like, I got a boyfriend now, I can't do it, no. And I kept kind of like, it kept happening again and again and again. Like a few times I saved money, waited for my friends to join me. Every time something else happened, and then like it didn't happen. I didn't go and I didn't pursue my own dreams because I was waiting for other people. Right. So it got to a point that I just said, like I'm done waiting for you guys. Yeah. Like I'm sorry, but I'm taking off. And I left, and I actually, honestly, I didn't even tell anyone that I was leaving.
Wow.
Yeah, like just my family knew about it, and my friends kind of like Facebooked me like a few months after I left, and they're like, where are you? You're in Canada?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that when you made that decision, that was a tipping point for you.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I was just like, I'm done. Don't wait for anybody. Yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing realization, because a lot of people stay consumed by the people that they're surrounded by, and they restrict themselves from following the things that they love and the things that they dream of because of the influence that is around you. But you weren't gonna let that stop you anymore, and you just move forward. Yeah,
for sure. Like I can see how that happens, like some people, like I know some people that they say they can't pursue their dreams because of like a relationship or like whatever, because of their friends or their family. But yeah, you really have to kind of like understand where you at, like, and it can happen, and it's okay if it happens. You do things from love too, so it's not really all that bad if it happens for like a few years. But like after a while, if you understand, like, okay, this is really what I want to do, something is holding me back, just like don't let that hold you back.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
All right. Sure. Shelby, did you ever expect to be here? I mean, not necessarily specifically on this show right now, but where you are right now, in Canada, doing all the things that you love to, following your passions away from. By the way, is your family still back home?
Yeah.
Out in Jerusalem?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Wow. My whole family is there. Mom, dad, sister. Hi.
Yeah, they will be watching this. Oh wow, we just got the video out in Jerusalem now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, they'll definitely see that. I'll set it for them. But no, I had no clue. If like someone came to me maybe 10 years ago and they told me like even like back in the day, maybe 4 years ago, I worked in a ski resort in Banff and I was snowboarding every day and just living the dream, working in a ski resort as a pastry chef. Like I was thinking back and I'm like, if someone came to me like 6 years ago, told me that this is what I'm going to be doing, I would just like think they're crazy. Like, no, for sure. No, I had no clue.
Cool. Was it scary for you to take all of these risks that you did to go to different places that you you didn't know what to expect, to kind of like dive into this black black hole? You might not know what was coming out of it. Was it scary for you?
Honestly, when we were talking before about like the breaking point for me was real. Like I really got to this place that I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
And when I did that, there was no fear.
Wow.
But even like today, like 7 years later, I find myself like, oh my god, like I'm here, It's
Wow.
like this is real, and the fear is constant, But yeah, you gotta tell yourself like, no fear, man.
Wow, it's almost like the fear of staying where you were outweighed the fear of going somewhere and moving forward and following your dreams.
Yeah. Oh, you can see by like my crazy hairstyles that I get bored really fast, and I always try to like evolve and advance and do something different because I can't stay still in like one spot.
Where's the fun in that, right?
Yeah. You live only once, you gotta do what you gotta do,
Of course. When did you I saw you a few weeks ago and your hair was not like that. When did you change your hairstyle?
Actually I did it last night.
Wow, okay, cool.
I dyed my hair to silver. I was doing like a YouTube video, how to dye your hair silver, and then my friend came and did the braids and took like 7 hours.
7 hours, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so always be changing, guys. Yeah. Always be moving forward.
My butt was in pain after that.
Awesome. I bet after 7 hours of studying, I don't know how you did that. I don't know how you did that. That's crazy. So Shelby, what are some tips that you can give to the viewers right now who they want to take a leap, they want to make their dreams happen, they want to follow their passions, but they don't really know, they're kind of afraid to take the leap? What tips can you give to them? Maybe let's say 3 tips that you can give to them.
Okay, so I guess tip number 1 would be to always get out of your comfort zone. Always try to do something that challenges your character and challenges who you are as a person. Maybe most of the time people don't like challenging themselves.
Yeah.
Like it's not always a fun thing to do, but you always learn from that, and not all experiences are quote-unquote good experiences, but you always learn. So even if you have a bad experience, then you always take something from it and you move on and you get better. So always challenge yourself. Awesome. That's a good thing.
You either win or you learn.
Yeah, definitely. If you whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? So yeah, for sure. Always like
doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Anyways, sorry. Back to the.
What would be the second tip? Stay healthy. That's really important. Go to the gym. I'm actually, I don't know if I am allowed to talk about it because I haven't been to the gym regularly since Christmas, but I love going to the gym, not just necessarily just because I want to look better and fit and get nicer Instagram photos. I go to the gym because if I notice that even if I go, like, I make myself to go for 20 minutes a day and do even like just a walk on the treadmill, I think better, my mind is clearer. I quit smoking like that, just by going to the gym. So I think it's really important to stay fit. And if you don't like going to the gym, then go for a bike ride, go for a walk, like do something that is kind of like healthy And yeah, and diet is also very important. Again, I'm don't know if I'm the right person to talk about it. I'm like junk food queen, but yeah, I always try to like get better with my diet, and what I put in my body is definitely what yeah, when like how your mind is gonna be later, like you're gonna think better and be healthier and more positive too, so your outcome will be positive as well.
Okay.
Sure.
And number 3?
Number 3, I don't know, be yourself.
Be yourself.
Stay true to who you are, and don't let anyone tell you that.
Yeah, you could tell that Shelby is true to herself right now, guys. Cool, Shelby. Well, are there any last things that you want to say before we close this thing off?
Hi, Mom. Love you. Miss you.
Well, Shelby, thank you so much for coming on the Young Pro Show.
Thanks for having me.
It was absolutely amazing to have you. You delivered some super valuable content for everyone out there, and I know that there are people out there that are going to get super inspired by your story and everything you've been through. So guys, thank you for tuning into the Young Pro Show. Remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and stay tuned for more Young Pro shows coming to you guys soon, every Monday and Thursday. Take care, guys.